The title of this press is Justice for Ifeanyi Ife. So, World Institute for Peace demands immediate accountability. The World Institute for Peace expresses its profound outrage over the handling of the case involving the alleged defilement of Ifeanyi Ife. However, this Ifeanyi Ife is a name typed in the charge sheet of that matter by the court. Actually, the name of the victim is Peace Agu. So, Peace Agu, referred to as Ifeanyi Ife, is a 5-year-old daughter of Mr. Agu, a resident of Osogbo, Osun State. According to the family, the child was allegedly defiled in January 2025 by Mr. Amos Ayomide Aderibibe. This matter is not merely a criminal case. It is a test of the commitment of the Osun State government and every institution of justice to the protection of innocent children and the rule of law. We are deeply disturbed by the reports that the suspect, who was remanded in custody, was subsequently released without the knowledge of the victim's parents or the Nigeria Police Force prosecutor handling the matter. If these reports are accurate, they raise serious questions that require urgent public explanations. The victim's family has informed us that the charge sheet in this matter is available. We therefore call on the relevant authorities to provide a transparent account of every step taken in this case, and this is the charge sheet as provided. We are particularly concerned by reports that the Osun State Ministry of Justice sought bail for the suspect. If this is true, such actions send a disturbing message to victims of sexual violence and undermines public confidence in the administration of justice. Cases involving the alleged defilement of a child deserve the highest level of diligence, transparency, and sensitivity. We also express concern over allegations that the judicial process is being influenced to favor the suspect. If there has been any improper interference with the course of justice, it must be investigated thoroughly. Justice must never be compromised by influence, status, or political considerations. We therefore call on Governor Ademola Adeleke, the Executive Governor of Osun State, to direct the Osun State Ministry of Justice to immediately clarify the status of this case and ensure that all lawful steps are taken to guarantee that the suspect appears before the court without unnecessary delay. The World Institute for Peace expects decisive action within 24 hours. If the Osun State government and the Ministry of Justice fail to provide satisfactory clarification regarding the status of the suspect and the prosecution of this case, we shall exercise our constitutional right to organize a peaceful protest to demand justice for the victim. Furthermore, we will formally bring the matter to the attention of relevant international human rights bodies, including the United Nations and other organizations concerned with the protection of children's rights, requesting that they closely monitor the case and encourage a fair, transparent, and impartial judicial process. We strongly condemn every attempt to treat allegation of child defilement with levity. The protection of children must never become a casualty of bureaucracy, influence, or politics. We call on civil society organizations, human rights groups, child protection advocates, religious bodies, traditional institutions, and every conscientious individual in Nigeria and across the world to stand with the World Institute for Peace in demanding justice for Peace Agu, referred to as Ifeanyi Ife. Justice delayed is justice denied. Every child deserves protection. Every victim deserves justice. The authority must act now to restore public confidence in the justice system and demonstrate that no one is above the law.
The incident happened on Monday, 6. I was at home, January 2025. I was at home doing something. So my daughter was playing around the house. I don't know when she played and reached outside. So before I saw her crying, coming out from outside. So when I will see her, I saw her blood stains over her body, and I said, what happened? Then I followed her to the place that the thing happened. All of my neighbors were following me, looking for the place the incident happened. So we finally get to know the place, and they said we should go and report to the police, and I did just as they said. I went to the Dugbe to report the case. Then they take movement immediately. Then we went to the clinic to go and treat my daughter, which is Peace. So they find out that it's true what happened. Then the police then follow me to the place where the incident happened. Then they find out, they do everything, they do research and everything. I need justice for my daughter.